What it do, Bedety family? I know it's been a minute since y'all seen me. We finna make this real quick because I got an interview I'm finna drop, and it's finna be an hour long. And it's from a brother from the islands. He lived in Guadeloupe, from Dominica, a student of Doumbi Fakoly, um, Dr. Niouséré Kalala Omotundé. I hope I'm saying that right. He gonna say it better than me. And I'm gonna put the names in here so y'all can know exactly who I'm talking about in the picture too. So this interview with him. He also was an interpreter for Dr. Umar and many other things. But without spoiling it and anything else, let's get straight to it. Welcome back here at BehdetyTv. We like to shine light on all our stars, and today we got our brother Scrappy from the islands of Guadeloupe. That's where he's living at right now, but that ain't where he's from. We're gonna get into a little bit about that, his background, what he got going on, and who he is as a person. So before we get into that, tell me a little bit about yourself, Scrap. Like, where you from?
So me, I was born in the on the island of Dominica. That's an English-speaking island south of Guadeloupe and north of Martinique, and both Martinique and Guadeloupe are French colonies. But my country where I'm from, like we went through colonial presences under the British and also the French, but our people like had to kick off the British and the French, and we won our independence. But presently, I'm in Guadeloupe right now, and how I ended up in Guadeloupe, well, my dad used to work on a boat even way before I was born, and he used to like travel to Saint Croix, Totola, St. Thomas, St. Martin, Guadeloupe, Martinique, basically bringing like food products. And he and my mom met, and then my mom through him, she got a link to come to Guadeloupe to sell produce. And my mom married to a next dude. My mom and dad separated when I was like real young, but like uh, I won't go into details with that. So she got married to a next dude that's from Dominica, but she met him in Guadeloupe. So one time they were about to go to Miami to celebrate the wedding anniversary, and at that time I had two of my little brothers that was minors at the time, so they couldn't leave like minors at the house alone. So she had asked me to come up to Guadeloupe so I could take care of them and cook food for them and whatnot. And while I was there, I got some work, some construction work, and then a little after, like I would say 2 years, about like after 2 years, I met this woman from Guadeloupe, and then we ended up having a child, and
Before
yeah,
we get too far. So how was it like growing up in Dominica though? Like for a child, what was your childhood like?
my childhood. Well, after my mom and dad separated, and I was like real young. I was probably like 5 6 years old, and my mom had to leave to go to Guadeloupe to like work to be able to take care of me.
Mm.
Uh, at that time, my mom had a second child with my dad. Uh, that's my sister, so she had to leave to go and take care of both of us. So my childhood was kind of rough. I'll just tell you up straight. Like I had to be living with different family members, different neighbors, and whatnot. But nonetheless, like bittersweet. Like most people have their own childhood experiences. I would not say like it was just like sad or traumatic experiences alone. Like I had the fortune of being like closely connected to nature because at the later end, well, I was still young, but like the last person I lived with, like more stable, was my uncle, and he was living like down close to the sea area, and he was living on a mountain, but like not all the way up on the mountain, but by like, he had his own house. He was the only one living there. He raised goats, cows, sheeps, and like before I went to school every day, I had to take care of the animals basically.
What?
When I came from school, I had to like go up in the mountains and cut like leaves. Like sometimes most times I had to climb trees, but through that I learned a lot. Like learn certain trees and leaves that the goats ate, and the ones that they did not eat and was not supposed to eat, because some leaves are toxic and they could
Right.
then end up unaliving the animals. I just code certain words so I don't get your YouTube video
I
censored or
don't even
not.
know how YouTube be acting, honestly. I know I done said a lot of things on YouTube, and I've been seeing a lot of folks cuss and say, but I appreciate that too. But now, like, so what would kids do, I guess, to have fun, like a normal kid do, what they do to have fun? Because, in America, you know, a lot of us are oblivious to how it is to grow up in the islands. Like, what were y'all doing to have fun?
Well, my personal childhood, bro. Like
Yeah.
my childhood was like separate from the rest of them
Right.
youths in the village, but like we have like similar childhood. Like we'll go out, play hopscotch, and uh our main sport would be cricket, but we play basketball, football. My thing when I was a child, I love to go to the seaside and go to the river, even if every time I came back home I'll get in, but the next day I'll go back and do the same thing. You feel me?
Right. Okay. So
Uh,
getting older,
our childhood,
I'm sorry, go
our
ahead.
childhood again, yeah. When it our childhood compared to like children in the States,
Mhm.
like we have to walk long distances to go to school, or like especially in my time we didn't have like school bus and none of them shit. You feel me? It's either either your family had money to give you so you could take the bus, pay the
Right.
bus to go to school,
So
or
y'all
you
had to
had
take
to
like a
walk it out.
normal So y'all had to like a normal town bus to get to school that you had to pay for every day? If you had the money anyway, or other than that you had to walk to school?
Yeah, that'll be the regular public bus.
Oh, okay.
Is either you have money to pay the bus or you'd have to walk to school. Yeah,
Okay. What's
so
one what is
me
what's one of your
personally,
earliest memories of like being in I guess school age, like around the age of I guess high school, middle school, elementary school. Well, do y'all call it high school out there?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so what's like your one of your favorite memories from that time that you can remember?
man. Like which one? um, I would say eat eating fruits for snack. Like me, along
Right.
with many other children, even if our parents would give us some snacks,
Hmm.
like me personally, bro, I prefer to just get my snacks from the guava trees, the mango trees, the
Man,
sour
you making me want
plum,
some fruit.
yeah, the sugar apples, like bro, a whole um pineapples, sugar cane, right? Bananas. Like when I was growing up, fruits was like in abundance. Like all on our way to check this on our way to school, right?
Yeah.
There's so much fruits. You feel me? If you like big on fruits. You could just pick your snack on your way to school.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy. Like you can almost pick a lunch on the way to school. Like, hey, fruit, fruit,
yeah,
bro. That's
bro.
amazing.
Listen, I used to pick up so much fruits on my way to school. I had an abundance to share with my other friends.
Man,
Yeah.
see, that's a good heart. So, like, out there is a community. So, did you grow up? You grew up in Dominica, or you grew up in Guadeloupe?
I grew up in Dominica. I did all my school education in Dominica. I made it up to Stock Farm University College studying architectural design.
Okay,
Yeah,
all the way.
yeah.
Okay, so I know, and people don't. People may not know. We see your unks and everything like that, so we understand that's a pivotal part of who you are as a person. You being a spiritual, black person, black man, African man. Right? I should go grab mine, but I don't know if I want to interrupt the interview. interrupt the interview. But when did you first start to be radicalized and understand the plight of your people and being, who you are?
Um, like who I am, you mean like as a melanated person,
Yeah.
or is it like more towards like the knowledge?
Melanated person, like the sense of being conscious, like you aware you're black, like you understand that the world sees you a different way than what that you really understand that you are.
Well, uh, I would say I was fortunate enough to grew up in a family that like one of my uncles, right? The uncle I lived with, he was a butcher, right? That's why he had so like how they talk about Jesus being a shepherd, bro. I grew up being a shepherd. At one point, me along with other cousins of mine, but since I was living at my uncle's house, there was one point where I was feeding over 350 goats. Like
Mm.
that's just goats. 350. We had like a plantain when I used to bring food for them. I used to have to rush and put the food on the platin and jet out because you had all these animals coming from all directions. But apart from that uncle of mine, I had a next uncle that was a Rasta that was into reggae music. So they had like a reggae band back in the days. They call it Eradication Squad, and then later on it changed to Golden Squad. And my uncle was the song engineer for the whole band. They, not to boast or anything, but they were the number one reggae band in Dominica. And every time the Jamaican artists came down to Dominica to do any shows, they would ask for like who's the best reggae band, and their name would always come up. So I had like chance to meet Egyptian, Caputon, Jack Cure, Richie Spice, Tanya Stevens, like a whole bunch at a young age, right?
Wow.
So I like that was the core of my melanated consciousness, because anybody that listen to like a groundation reggae music, not like the dance soul and all the
Yeah.
flat, like the like
The essence of it.
foundational, yeah, the foundational reggae musics like Bob Marley, Burning
Mm.
Spear, Peter Tosh, even Jack Cure and Sizzler. Like if you listen to Jack Cure and Sizzler's, even Buju Banton's like older albums, you gonna be so educated, like as far as like our melanated connection with Africa and the whole diaspora. Like songs like no matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. No
Yeah.
matter
Okay.
not, no matter your nationality, you got the identity of an African. And I have goosebumps right now. I don't know if you
Yeah. I
can.
ain't gonna lie. Look, I'm feeling through my shirt, through my sweater.
Yeah.
That's the
So
truth.
so in my home country as well, we have like one of the biggest reggae artists, not just in Dominica, but he's well known. He even lives in Africa right now. He still has his house and family in Dominica, and that's Nasio Fountain. And he sang a song called "Oh My African Spirits, please my African spirits, guide and protect I beg you protect I." And he has like a whole bunch of conscious music. So I I I, I was like conscious, melanatedly conscious, and to my African roots from a very young age of my life. You feel me? And you see that stigmatization and that alienation of our origins as melanated people that you see in them pretendians and them FBAs.
Yeah, we definitely
Like
gonna get into
that,
that today.
that shit was still present even in the islands, but it's not as bad as it is in America and
Right.
other first world countries, right? Because
Yeah.
I remember uh at my young age where I used to tell my friends like I'm an African from listening to these songs, right? And they would tell me they would get mad, bro. They would get mad at me and tell me you're not no African, and oh well, if you're an African, then go back to Africa. And
See, that's how.
that's something.
That's kind of how it was too. Like, growing up in the States, they used to be like, "Oh, African booty scratcher." Like, all right, I'm not this. This is like a little side story. When I was growing up, right, it was this kid. My brother's older. My brother's like 3 years older than me, but it was a man, a boy in his grade. And his I think he was from. I don't know what part of Africa he was from, but mind you, I was like probably like 6, 7 years old, so I was really young. And I remember his name was Dombey. And this is where like back in the time they would have a stigmatization, be like African people don't wear deodorant. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing like that. I love my African people because I understand I'm African. And like people would just be like, oh, African booty scratchers, all calling all types of names. And I'm like, y'all don't understand that's who y'all are. Like that's y'all brother. And everybody on this bus is black. Everybody on this bus look just like him. And if he never opened his mouth, y'all would not know that he was African. So it's like when you sit there and do this, and then coupled with me and my personal experiences when I was even in elementary school having to deal with certain white kids, I'm like, they telling me go back to Africa. I'm like, this is in the 2000s. How are you not understanding that these people still don't like us, and you have people that look just like you, and you don't want to treat them like you? So that's why I was gonna ask you too. Like, even with being conscious and knowing who you are, especially at a young age, how did that affect you growing up? Because it's a lot of alienation when it comes down to black people understanding their history, especially as kids. It's like everybody gonna let you like you want to be an African. Oh, go back to Africa. And it's like, bro, you're African. And I'm only here because I'm forced to be here, just like you are. So how was that like growing up, especially once you found out who you was? How did the rest of the kids or the rest of the world treat you that you seen?
So the thing is like how can I want to be something that I already am?
Right.
You feel me? It's only people that don't have knowledge of self that will say ignorant things like that because they don't know their self and they don't know their real origins. And that's something that a lot of people get misconstrued and lack comprehension of. Is for example, my nationality is Caribbean or Dominican, right? Your nationality is American. But when it comes to our originality, both you and I, our origins stem from Africa, and I have goosebumps again just saying that because anytime we speak about our sacred ancestors, we manifest them into this realm through us. We are the sacred ancestors reincarnated, and it's a pity that so many brothers and sisters don't get this. But I don't even blame them because when you factor in how long we've been conditioned, alienated, assimilated to the colonial a way of life and mannerisms. Like you understand why most of our brothers and sisters still lack knowledge of self. And you and I know in front all Kemetic temple entrances, that was the inscription on top of every Kemetic entrance, man know thyself. So let me say this also, like I was big on Malcolm X. Like Malcolm X was I studied all the black greats like Martin Luther King and the rest of them. But Malcolm X, bro, Malcolm X was like the first one to feel me shook my paradigm for real. Like that man. When I heard him speak growing up from young, like I felt empowered as a black person. You feel me? I was
Right.
like, wow, look at this black man. Even in his time, right? That was a time of high segregation and discrimination against black people. And here you had this black man speaking boldly without no fear to these white colonialists, bro. And I was like, and not just speaking boldly to them, but with a level of intellect that you could not fathom at that time. So like that shit just did it for me, bro. Like always was big on Malcolm X, and you and I know that. Let me just close the window because the rain falling right now. Just give me one second. Yeah. So what most people uh got tricked on is Islam. You feel me?
Right.
At that time, Islam, like you and I know, Islam is one of them secret societies, Illuminati, Freemasonic secret societies, right? But at that's how they create this control oppositions. You feel me? They presented themselves like a refuge for black people's plight at that time, but it was just another trap. You feel me? And Malcolm X being the intelligent black man he was, when he found out about Elijah Muhammad having all his multiple baby mamas and mistreating the baby mamas and the babies, and
Right.
being brave and courageous and bold as he was, he exposed that shit. You feel me? And he let everybody know, like, you feel me, my life.
And Elijah Muhammad too.
Yeah, all of them. He told us like in subtle ways, like his life could be taken just for exposing that truth. And lo and behold, that's what happened. But Malcolm X went to Kemet, and you know what he said? He said the melanated black man and woman will come here and look at these statues and these glyphs and not even know they're looking at themselves. You feel me? And I found that like profound. You feel me? Yeah. So
So,
me, as far as Kemet, to answer your question on 'cause the question you asked me, like at what point my melanated consciousness kicked in. I take it like two parts since I take it like the African origins globally, and the centralized like the core the hot question, meaning Kemet the Ankh. The
yeah.
first time I got,
All right, cool.
uh, sorry about that. And
Now you
do you know how to switch cameras? Like when I'm responding to your questions, I think you could put me on the big screen.
I have no idea. Let's see. You know how to do it?
Try tapping my screen.
Oh, snap. All right. It changed for you when I did that just now?
No, but if it changed for you, it's good enough.
Yeah, it changes for me when I tap the screen.
Because since you the host, it might show up for you, but not for me.
Oh yeah, for me you on the big screen.
Okay.
Oh, you thought on your phone is the small screen?
I yeah,
Oh,
I'm on a I'm on a big screen.
okay. I was about to say you've been on the big screen this whole time. All right.
Oh.
Dang, where did we leave off at?
Now we was talking about like my acquaintance with Kemet.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so I found out about Kemet through Ashwa Kwesi. And like I was telling you, my family, like I come from a family that's into reggae and reggae dancehall music. My whole village where I'm from, like it's considered like a little Jamaica in Dominica, basically. So I used to always buy like uh reggae and dancehall concerts, like Sound Splash. You feel me? Like I used to always buy a whole bunch of them. Back then, they used to sell them bootleg burnt DVDs,
Mhm.
and I used to always buy those stuff. And mind you, it was two Rastas that was in town that used to sell them Song Splash. It was other people that used to sell DVDs, but they would be selling like movies and whatnot. So it was this Rasta I used to always buy my DVDs from, and like he has his table, right, and like all his stuff opened up, and you could see them images and whatnot. And I saw
Yeah.
this cover, right, with Ashra Kwesi and them pyramids, like you know how Ashra Kwesi roll, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
He teaching from the temples. You feel me? He's not no armchair scholar. He be
Not at
teaching
all.
from the walls, and he been taking our people back to Kemet for over 30 something years right now.
Hmm.
Uh, this man on bring thousands and thousands of our people. Like if you had to um uh
Twice a year too, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's twice a year he takes those trips.
yeah. So I saw this DVD with them great pyramids in the background, and Ashra Kwesi and a whole group of black melanated people. Bro, I went to get dancehall reggae music DVDs, and as soon as I saw that DVD, I didn't even ask the dude any question like what this is about. None of that, bro. Like it just spoke to my soul, and I just say, give me this one. Totally, give me this
That
one.
was the
And
ancestor
bro,
speaking through you.
yeah, bro. And from that point on, that was it. And from Ashra Kwesi, I found out that because Ashra Kwesi always giving props to the master teachers before him, so he spoke about how his master teacher was Dr. Ben,
Yep.
and then I went to study Dr. Ben, and from Dr. Ben I got to know Dr. John Henry Clark and
Yep.
Chancellor Williams and all
Hmm.
the all stars, I would
Yeah,
say.
right, right. Right. Especially once you know about Dr. Ben, it ain't no turning back. Once you know about Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark, them the powerhouses, ain't no going back after that. You deep in there. Now you gotta figure out about everybody else. But like, not to turn the interview into something completely different, but I also want to ask this question too, because you know, people in America love this aspect. So like growing up in Dominica, were kids getting caught in the streets or street life perspective? Was that something that's going on parallel to like living the normal, I guess, life in the islands?
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, me where I'm from, is considered, it's not only considered little Jamaica just for music, but we the chief capital. We the chief capital of the
Hmm.
island. Even in Guadeloupe, where I'm from,
Hmm.
even before I was born, like we were the ones that used to supply Guadeloupe, Martinique, and many other islands. You feel it? St. Vincent and the Grenadines is another apart from Jamaica, right? Jamaica big on trees too. But Jamaica, Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, like these Caribbean islands, well known for cultivating trees. But apart from trees, like yeah, there were people that used to deal rocks and cane and all these things. But like me, I tell you my childhood, bro. One time I grew up with my grandfather, right? And my grandfather had this bar, and he used to sell stuffed bakes and juice and cocoa teas and whatnot. But you also had like them street dudes always coming in playing dice and card games and whatnot, domino games for money, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of them used to be dealers, so them crackheads used to come through, you feel me? And a lot of them used to smoke their crack around me, bro. Like,
Wow.
like yeah,
Mhm.
secondhand crack fumes, bro. Like from
Mhm.
my young child growing up, I inhale a lot of that shit, and people used to tell my family like even them crackheads like they used to screaming at them, telling them, "Oh, stop doing y'all crack around the child." And people used to project, they unconsciously project shit at me,
Mhm.
saying like, "Yeah, that child bound to grow up to be a crackhead, and that child going to grow up to be a crackhead." But me, the reason why I never like ever took crack, no cane, no none of them hard drugs in my life is because from a young child I saw what it did to strong, potent, um, intelligent men. Right? I'll give you this example. Me, I was fortunate again to have my own personal bush doctor. Right? So I had
Mhm.
this dude that was like mad knowledgeable on plants, herbal plants. This dude, every time he come at home, right, he used to call me Mello. Now, my name is Edison, right? One of my government names, Edison. So Ed, Edison went from LO, so for short, right? Edison, LO, and like it was just divine. You know, Elo, like Elohim.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
The Elo, some people mistakenly heard Elo for Mellow and they started to call me Mellow. Now, for and I don't think it's far fetched because like I was not naturally gravitated to music, so mellow,
Mhm. The
melody,
melody.
Elo, Elohim. You feel me?
Mhm.
So both like all them names resonated with me. So this dude used to come home. First thing he used to ask my family like, uh, where's Mello? And then they'll tell him, oh, he had a back plane or he sleeping or he uh in a pipe or he taking a shower or something. And this dude would like wait before you go back and leave. He would make sure he would see me, and one of the first things he would ask my family like, how is Elo doing? He okay? Everything straight? You feel me, bro? Like anytime I would be sick or ill with anything, this man would just come through, ask them like what was the symptoms he has, like is he vomiting, is he um uh sleeping a lot, or is he does he have like a bad stomach or a headache or anything, bro? Like he would just go to the hills or wherever he had to go, get the exact herbs, and then he would tell my family exactly what would happen to me. Like he would tell them when he takes these herbs, he gonna fall asleep, or when he takes these herbs, he gonna throw up. But when he froze up, in the next 2 days, 3 days, he gonna be good. That's just him passing out the toxins. Or when he takes these herbs, you only need to keep him at home because he gonna go frequently to the bathroom. And this man like he was like real amazing, bro, with the herbal medicine or knowledge. And I saw what crack did to this man, bro. This man was like a tough, well built, strong man, bro. You're like well respected. And this man started to take crack, and that man got skinny. And since he was a crackhead, then like everybody started to disrespect him,
Mm.
beating up on him. Like I know this man before he fell into addiction, right? So I know him at a time where we're not like people would think twice before they lay a hand on this man, and to see how that substance like took away his life like that to the point where nobody respect him. Like even younger people used to uh, like do him any type of things, and he's not the only one. Like I saw that was like respectful and respected and well built up and sturdy, and the drug just run them down. You feel me? So
Yeah.
me, I as a master alchemist that I am, being more acquainted with stuff more and more each day. Like from young, I was already a master alchemist. I said like, nah, if that could do these things, I'm not. I know what if I know what it could do them, then I should already know what it could do me. I don't have
Mm.
to use it to know what it'll do them. It's kind of like seeing so many people go in and out of jail, and they telling you like that's not sober you want to be. You feel
Right.
me? That so like we could always learn from other people's experience instead
Mhm.
of
Having
we
to go through it
having
yourself.
to. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I heard this old head said it was like young folks think they can be out here in the streets and everybody think they can be out here in the streets. I'm gonna say like how he said it. Matter of fact, he was like niggas think they can be out here in the streets. But if you look at a car, a street will run a car down. And a car made out of metal and all hard types of material. And if a street can run a car down, what's niggas gonna do to you? And it's just like, man, he think about that shit. He
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
the truth because it's not what you know what I'm saying, what they trying to portray it to be. They don't want us to be anything other than somebody lower than ourselves. They don't want us to be in a book. They don't want us to be a higher thinking person because then that's a direct threat to them. Because then we like, nah, fuck that. And then they scared once we have that mentality that some people didn't come out the streets, not saying it's okay, but some of them come out the streets and have more of a militarized mentality where like, you know what, all they need is the knowledge to go with them and then they can organize the people and they'll have that steadfastness of that strong backbone like how some of the old school teachers used to have like, nah, I ain't going for none of that extra shit. We're gonna organize, we're gonna keep this shit going. But now moving to the next part, when did you get to Guadeloupe?
uh 2008. From young, I used to always come up to Guadeloupe to um for on vacation basically.
Mm,
But 2008, November 2008, that's when I came up, like I told you earlier on, to
mm.
take care of my younger brothers. And that's when I got. Yeah, so sorry about that. I had an
Hey,
incoming call, but I'll call the person back once we get done with the interview.
we
Yeah,
good. We'll
so
wrap it up. We'll wrap it up in a minute. We can always do a part two, part three, whatever. It don't matter.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, 2008 November. That's when I came up, because I had to take care of my little brothers, because my mom and my stepdad had to go to Miami to celebrate their wedding anniversary, and then I got work. Then I met like uh, about about 2 years after, I met a woman from Guadeloupe, and we had a child. Um, that's my one and only child, by the way. That I have a son. His name is Ashan. He's 12 years right now.
Mhm.
And check this though. So what when my son was 11 years old, I was 30 38 years old. 8 plus 3 is 11. But if I don't tell you, you won't ever think I'm that old, right?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
I'm 39 right now. I'm 39 right now. My son is 12 years old.
Wow.
3 plus 9 is 12. So me and my son kind of grow
Connected in a different
together.
way.
Yeah, like the numerology
Hmm.
grow together. Yeah.
So how was
But
it like moving from Dominica to Guadeloupe though?
well, I've always been acquainted with Guadeloupe, like I said earlier on. Every holidays, I made all my schooling in Dominica, but every holiday, my mom
You
would
come here
bring me up,
or go there?
spend holidays, and
Mhm.
as far as like the language and whatnot, they speak French because they a colony of France. But since my country where I'm from, we was under the French and the British, so we we speak English and Creole, right? Now
Mhm.
our Creole kind of different from theirs, but nonetheless, like I could still understand.
Yeah, it's like a
Uh,
derivative of French.
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. And apart like they speak French like formal French when people go to work and whatnot, they gonna speak French mostly. But like in the open public, people speak a lot of Creole. So I learned Creole from my own country, but their Creole has like more a little bit more French in it. But that's the beauty about Creole, and Creole in and itself is like just a terminology, a colonial terminology that they placed on the language we speak.
Hmm.
What people call Creole is actually an amalgamation of
Right.
various African languages mixed in with the
With the
colonial
colonizing.
language.
Hmm.
Because in plantation times, like the slave masters did not allow the slaves, or not even, I, I would rather say uh um kidnap people, if you'll be like prisoners of war.
Right.
If you'll be
I get
they will not,
that.
yeah, they were hostages basically. You feel me? They
Hmm.
will not allow the hostages to learn their language, their English and their French and their Spanish, so they would not devise and create any revolt. Another thing, the next reason why it's an amalgamation of various African languages, when they brought, and not to say that we didn't have melanated people already present in the Caribbean and America and England and all these places, because melanated people been everywhere before the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal crawl out the Caucasoid Mountains, right? So, but at the time they decided to use force and violence to feel superior, because that's when it shit started. Going back to ancient Kemet, we taught these people how to read and write and even hygiene. So they in their mind felt superior, like, dang, look at how great these people are.
Hmm.
And uh like they did not want to go through the initiation phases to learn knowledge, right? So for them, like, you know what, I'm not going, for example, a cardiologist, someone that operates on the heart, has to study for like what 5, 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Probably,
So they
yeah,
did,
probably like 10, yeah.
yeah, 10, right? They did not want to study for that 5, 10 years. For them, like, man, F this shit. This shit is too long. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Right.
and, and our Kemetic ancestors considered the Greeks and the Romans to be babies compared to the level of intellect and spiritual intellect that we had, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a situation where a lot of these people, let me use the analogy of school. They used to be having to like repeat classes too much, too often. So for them, at a certain point, like they agree, like, fuck this shit. We just gonna group up, study, find their weak points, and we just gonna attack them by force and violence and take this shit. You feel me? And that's what you see being expressed through them. So and in their mind, right? They feel like if ever we get back to be free and we gonna do the same shit to them. That's like psychology. Like even in the hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a nigga just for collective understanding, right? If
I would never hear you say nigga.
yeah, yeah, you see that? It even make you laugh. I used to hearing me use the term, but
Nah, man.
for just the collective and people that could relate. You feel me? If in the hood, right? If a nigga like shoot a next nigga, right, or stab a nigga, psychologically he gonna be looking over his shoulders, right, thinking
Mm-hmm.
that one day that nigga gonna retaliate, right? So that's the same shit the Caucasoids, the colonizers up to this day have in their mind.
Right.
Like if if we ever like uh give the black man and woman a level playing field, they gonna come back and organize and do to us what we did to them. And that's not true.
Yeah.
Cause you feel me? If we wanted to do that shit, bro, we would have been done it a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Been done it. So these people in their minds, their sick minds, they agree like, okay, we're not going to leave the family together. We're going to send the father to Guadeloupe, send the mom to Dominica, take the child and send to America. You feel me? In terms of tribes as well, as the same thing they did. Like we're not going to leave too much of the same tribe people working together because they have the same culture, same tradition, same language. If you live them together in large numbers, they're gonna probably like organize revolts. So that's why they had to scatter like the families and the tribes all over. And what happened is through our own divine ancestral intelligence again and genius, we created this language
That's
people
even why
call.
they put a distinction between the house slave and the field slave. Even though people got misconstrued, they think that all house slaves were just quote unquote house niggas, which is like they think they was all coons, but that's not the truth. A lot of house slaves actually were the ones who helped set up and organize the revolts inside of the slave house. They was the ones who would catch the slave master sleep. They was the ones who would bar the doors. They was the ones who would light the fire inside the slave master's house. They were ones to put glass inside the food. So it's just like we gotta understand too that we got different ways to fight and different playing fields that we've been fighting on too. Just to add on to that aspect as well. But I want to ask you. Then I almost forgot my question, man. But nah, see, with that leading on to your aspect of understanding who you are as a black man, your radicalization as being a black man and a black figure, and especially on like TikTok, YouTube, and everything that you've been on from just being boots on the ground too. And speaking of boots on the ground, I want to speak on the fact that you was also the interpreter for Dr. Umar. Even though Dr. Umar got his shit going on right now, his scandals, people looking at him like Dr. Umar, at the end of the day, you were there for your understanding of who you want, what you want to push as being a black man, and your message being a black man. So, how was that experience of being able to meet Dr. Umar and then interpreting, being an interpreter for him, and how'd you even get that call to be like, "Hey, we need you, Scrap"?
Well, like you rightly said, uh, I don't agree with everything Umar Johnson says. Uh, Umar Ife, right? That's just with everyone. I think. Like I
Hmm.
don't think like, none of us gonna
Agree all the
agree
way.
100% with everything someone says.
Right.
Feel me? So at the same time, you cannot take away from like all the great things he done did and all of the great things he done uh said, right? So truth is truth. If that man spoke truth to a lot of things, like you cannot erase that just because right now he got shit going on that might offend a lot of people. Now, the way I got that opportunity was because of my like my being able to speak English first of all, me being knowledgeable about knowledge of self and Africa and Kemet and having boots on the ground, working with conscious groups in Guadeloupe. So you feel me? Not to let the cat out the bag, but uh the people I work with in Guadeloupe are planning to have him come back to Guadeloupe again anytime soon. And that was not even the first time I got to interpret for uh Umar Johnson. That was actually the second time. The first time was at a radio station, and again through my background and my resume, even if I'm not as big as Umar Johnson, but like I had connection to that radio station, and it's a conscious Afro centered radio station. So that's how I was able to interpret for Umar Johnson, and then yeah, I got the to interpret for him a second time. Yeah, but it is what it
So how
is.
was that experience though? How was meeting him? How was that experience?
Oh yeah, that was like a great experience because I've been listening to Umar Johnson and seeing Umar Johnson on TV. So to
Hmm.
actually meet him in person, like that was a very great experience. And me, like I actually went live many times, like days before the actual conference, and kind of was like a bridge or a window so that people that follow me, I did it on TikTok, right? So people that followed me on TikTok was able to get a one-on-one with uh,
Right.
Dr.
I was there.
Johnson.
I was in that live.
Oh, yeah, oh yeah. And that live, you remember a whole bunch of people was there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've been
like
doing this for a minute too. You've been doing like even the TikTok thing. You've been doing that for a minute since before. And I guess this kind of segues into what Dr. Umar to an extent, because like we got the FBA problem going on right now in the community. The FBA pretending and everything else under the board. Because I think when we started, they
yeah,
weren't
that's
even
what I
calling
meant.
themselves FBA. They was just
That,
woke. They
that
they weren't even calling themselves FBA when we started going at them. They were just pretendians. We didn't even call them
yeah.
that actually. What did we even call them?
Well, at that time they were pretending, you feel me? But TikTok, that's where we met. And the reason why I linked up with you, what it was uh that crazy dude Earthquakes or
Right,
Earthquake,
right.
right? So when I came across this dude uh page and his ideologies and his verbiage so disrespectful against Africa. He was talking about Kemetic in America and the,
Mm-hmm.
the, the
That's what it
Mississippians.
was. The Kemet was in America. That's what it was.
And not just that, he was saying so many disrespectful things about Africa, like Africa didn't have enough rivers to sustain rivers and
Mhm.
food to sustain life, and the population boom. It was due to Americans and that went over there. And I'm like, yo. So I was like, is there like anybody that stood up to this dude? And UN Port City was the first and only ones
Shout
I
out to
found.
Port City.
Yeah, UN Port City was the first and only ones. I could even say to this day, bro, that actually like made a content or rebuttal this dude. So I was like, yeah, that was like a breath of fresh air for me. You feel me? I'm like, okay, at least like you feel me? I could see some people representative for Mama Africa and ancient Kemet. So that's why I reached out to you. And at that time, you didn't even have enough followers to
Oh,
like
live.
come on live.
Mm-hmm.
So I told you straight up that's the person I am. You feel me? Like for me, if we represent in Africa, right? No matter who you are, where you come from, what nationality you is, I feel I always believe in I even believe like I live and represent for unity for real. And I told you like
Next.
even if my followers is French and Creole speaking people just come through, I'm gonna ask them to follow you so you could get enough
Misty. Shout out to Misty because I'm cool with Misty. You know, I met Misty. And, you know, I met her not through you, but I was like, I heard her saying something. I was like, she said Guadeloupe. I'm like, I know somebody in Guadeloupe. My brother in Guadeloupe. I hit her like, you know Scrappy? She's like, how you know Scrappy? I'm like, that's my brother. She's like, oh yeah, I know Scrappy too. I'm like, oh word, the
Yeah,
world's so small amongst people who
yeah, bro.
understand who they are. It's like black people and understanding and being there for Africa and standing up for Africa. The world is so small for us, bro. Especially on the internet, it's so small. It's not hard to
Yeah,
run
bro.
into each other.
That's what networking is about. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? But as of recent, I've noticed it's a lot of people that would speak on Kemet and they still filled with ego. You feel me? Like they mix in their own personal issues with
Mm-hmm.
the Kemetic teachings or teachings on Africa. You feel me? Some of them, I don't know if it feels like they will half step on you. Me, I'm the type of person, bro. I'll never half step on anybody. It's either like I fucks with you or I don't fuck with you. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people on these apps be half stepping, bro. It's like opportunistically, like let me follow you. So who follows you will start to follow me, and who
Right.
support you will come and support me. Like I'm not against that, but if that's like your sole intention, like just to have my supporters come to support you, that's fucked up. You feel me? It has to like the core of it should be like unity first, like
Mm-hmm.
let we build up, because automatically, right? Once we genuinely support each other, then who support me gonna support you, and who supports you gonna support me, right?
Right.
It's, you don't have to do it for trying to steal my fans or steal my
See,
so
but
that.
it's a lot of jealousy out here. Like a lot of people, they want. It's too many. I want to be a king and a queen. See, I'm not gonna say chiefs and Indians because we ain't that. But a lot of people want to be kings and queens, and it's like, bro, if that's what you're supposed to be, let the people and let the universe give that to you. But you don't have to go around trying to take other people's shine from them. If you're gonna be chosen, be chosen. But at the end of the day, a king and a queen is no more important than a person inside of the village. You know, more important. We all are the same. We all are equal. All have equal importance. Because sometimes the king and the queen got to get out on the battlefield. Queen and Zinga got out on the battlefield. Taharka got out on the
Mhm.
battlefield. So it's always gonna be a king and a queen that might have to get on the battlefield, just like the everyday person. So there's nothing that's a difference in between us. We the chosen person to be our face. But still, that's still, you feel me? They still gotta speak for you. If your king and queen don't speak for you, then they know why they important. So it's like you can be dethroned and be a known person just like how you are. And it's like people don't understand that when, especially when it comes out to the internet, they see you getting fame, they're like, oh no, I gotta hop over there. It's like, no, bro. Just support that person. You know, it's not that hard to support that person because when it comes down to unity, and this is what we all need to understand, especially as Black people. And we can try to wrap this interview up. We're gonna come back and do a couple of them because I still want to talk to you about Kalala Otunde. How you say his name?
It's Niouséré Kalala Omotundé.
Oh, definitely
Uh,
want to talk about him.
in French or Creole, Niouséré is like saying Osiris, and Osiris is Osa. So
Mm,
Niouséré is like for example the French speaking African countries or like the French speaking Kemetic world in Africa. Anytime you say Niouséré, they'll understand that. Now, unfortunately, he passed away, and he didn't pass away like on natural means. They took him out basically. There was also an Kemetic scholar and author, Doumbi Fakoly from Mali. Doumbi Fakoly from Mali. Yeah, both of them was like this, and it took both of them out. You feel me? The Islamic people jailed Doumbi Fakoly. You see, just like how they jailed Dr. Sebi, and
mm-hmm.
then a short while after they say, oh, he transitioned. That's and he passed on because of pneumonia. How could a man that cured pneumonia, several types of CANCERs, and even AIDS, bro? You gonna tell us like, oh, y'all stopped him because he had too much money on his person, and y'all put him in jail, and a few weeks after he died, and he died of a pneumonia. Like, we know y'all took him out. We ain't
Yeah, that don't
stupid.
even sound right.
You
That
know what I
doesn't
mean?
even sound right. Come on, we already know it's always been an attack on any Black leader. It don't matter
Uh-huh.
if you just uplead. It don't matter if you making grass grow greener. If you Black and you preaching that, they gotta get you up out of here, man. And that's what's crazy. Like that's why I said we're going to have to come back because I know we just touching the surface for people to really understand who you are and what not just you but me, you, and all the people that had the same mindset. All have, you know what I'm saying, as far as like pushing the Black community, the African community forward and trying to uplift us and teach each other because you know it's each one teach one. And the world we in right now with the attack on Black education and education in general, we need people like us especially, you know. So it's like I want to try to get like Shaka up here and some other people and try to get everybody on one panel on because I see you met a couple people. I think you met you ran across Tika, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Pika, Shaka, you know, I want to get all of us, see if we all get on like one panel at point in time so I can try to interview everybody because, like, I look at y'all two and say, as my elders, you know, so it's like I want to be able to get the people is my age and the people up under me to be able to listen to somebody who can get them a message in a proper way that they can absorb, you know, because a lot of people don't, they can't absorb that message or when they hear it, it's like, it sounds abrasive all the time. And it's not always good for the message to sound abrasive. Sometimes you need it for other people, especially people from outside of America, because people act like people outside of America don't have a message, but y'all have a message. And it's even more important for Americans, especially Black Americans, to see that, hey, look, you got a brother and a sister that either live somewhere else or from somewhere else that still care about you, that you can just reach out and touch, you know, and have a family oriented conversation and a relationship with, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So just in case you don't remember the whole name, I would like for you to like when you do your edits in the video, at least like put up Doumbi Fakoly, Doumbi Fakoly is Fakoly. and
Okay. Send it to me.
like
Send that to me in an audio message too, so I can like so I can say it right too, and like get the spelling. But go ahead.
yeah, yeah. And Niouséré Kalala Omotundé. Like once you type Kalala Omotundé, you'll get it. And you could also add like different books that they don't both of them don't wrote. These are Kemetic giants in the francophone space. You feel
Right.
me? Like Kalala Omotunde, bro. That's like a Cheikh Anta Diop, bro, in our
Mm.
time. And I'm telling you, bro, mark my words, that man, right? It's a lot of people, Kemetic people that's living right now that will take their last breath and never get to learn about these dudes. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them that will get to know about him like on their last ages. You feel me? Their
Learning
last
about him
five.
through you.
Yeah. So you feel me? And the fact that not just me, but we in the Kemetic space and the Francophone and Creole speaking space Kemetic people, we knew we know they took him out. You feel me?
Mm.
After his transition, visited me like 3 times through vision. But we're gonna leave that for next episode.
Man, look, I don't even want to cut it, but I know you two be like, people tennis fans so long nowadays. You're like, look, I can't
Yeah,
listen to nobody talk longer than an hour. That's how long it takes me to get to work and do all this extra stuff. Now I'm ready to turn the video off. But
yeah, yeah.
definitely send me these names too, because and send me pictures. If you got any pictures with these people, send me the pictures too, because I'm gonna try to like implement a picture while you talking to show a visual representation of who these greats are, so people can draw that picture with that face. Because it's very
Oh
important
yeah,
sometimes.
oh yeah. I have pictures of me and Kalala Omotunde, and he has picture with him and Doumbi Fakoly. But I think that person that tried to call me earlier on trying to call me again. It might be
We can wrap we
before.
can wrap it up here then.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
And just to put that out there, I do tiling. That might be one of my tile clients calling me for some work.
Oh yeah,
So
man, you gotta get on that call, man. Time is money. Send me
I
your
guess that.
stuff too, because this gonna go out everywhere. So you can send me like name of your company or whatever. We're trying to put it in the comments or anything like that. For you never know who sees it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But
Gratitude. Well, it was always a pleasure vibing with you, reasoning with you, and
yes, sir.
you said you see me as an elder.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
I don't see you seeing me as an elder, so the gratitude for the respect. It will be like I said, like if I don't tell somebody my age, they won't even fathom that I don't live that long. But you know what they say, black don't crack,
For real. I'm
and
only 27.
yeah, 7 and 2 is 9. If you'll be about my life
Facts.
today, so like that's powerful, significant numbers right there.
Seven
But
and
like
two is 9. And guess what? My birthday is the 18th, so 1 and 8 is 9 again.
again, and we in 2025, we in a year 9. So
Hey.
but like bro, like I don't had past life memories in Kemet. I had one of my past life memories in America.
Mhm.
But that's just uh, uh like a intro for the next episode. So for anybody that gonna see this video, that's where we gonna really get dip into some of my own personal spiritual experiences. I've been a visionary young, bro, from young. From young,
Y'all better stay tuned for that. Y'all better
I,
stay tuned for that. Make sure y'all come back for part 2 for that.
I say, well,
I say, brother.
gratitude of life, prosperity, good health, positive abundance all day, every day. We are the sacred ancestors reincarnated in this vessel, and we here to ascend. You feel me?
Hmm.
Dropping them gems. So hopefully people gonna pick up what we putting down, and that's it.
Hey, back at you, brother. One love, man. Be safe out here,
Yeah,
man. Stay black and stay prayed up. Black power, you know what I'm saying? We up in here, one fist, man. All right, brother. I'll catch you later.
love, gratitude.
Gratitude. Ashe.